Good day, everyone. I trust everyone is good. If you are watching this from YouTube, good day to you. What we're doing today, we're recapping, or perhaps we are reviewing the week. Sorry, we are reviewing the week, looking at pairs we want to pay attention to, pairs we want to load a robot into. Okay, so we're gonna go through some pairs, see where we want to be for this week. Okay, so if it's not your first time, you know, or you should remember that before we do anything, what we first need to do, we want to see if we are expecting any news this week. Okay, because what we want to do, we want to be on the pairs that are expecting news. We want to focus on those pairs. We don't want to stay away from that. We want to make sure where most volatility will be, we're also going to be involved in that on the for the week. Okay, so I use investing.com to look at the upcoming news. You can use any website or service you find is proper for you. You can either go to investing.com or you can go to Forex Factory or any other news website you might know of. So what we have here for Monday, we have Euro and GBP. For Tuesday, we have GBP and USD. Wednesday, we have USD and AUD. Thursday, there's more USD. Friday, there's Euro and USD CAD. So looking from this, most of this week, the news are more focused, or let's say USD is more dominant when it comes to news for this week. Okay, so expecting a lot of USD news this week. So knowing this allows us to select pairs according to what we're expecting to see this week. Okay, so if we go back to our chart, so we know we're expecting a lot of USD news for this week. So what we do, we'll take about 6 pairs for USD. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So looking at about 6 pairs, you can take 8 if you want to. Just try don't overdo it. Okay, but Euro USD, USD CAD, okay. But what I prefer to do is just stick to 6. I don't like to overdo things. Okay, so just select USD 245. Okay. Other USD pair can I? Okay, so I have now 6 pairs, all of which are USD. So what happens now here is this: we want to find between the 6 pairs, we want to see which pairs are structured properly for us to say we will be loading a robot on these pairs. Okay, the purpose of looking into the market like this, we don't want to find ourselves in a situation whereby on Monday, when you start the new day or the new week, you load the robot on a specific pair, and then the pair starts consolidating for like 2 days or 3 days. You don't see any setups, and the robot, as it analyzes, doesn't pick up any possible entries or anything. So you want to look at the market, probably the way you're going to be seeing now. Find these pairs that have potential setups. Then you will load the robot on these pairs. Then the robot will do the rest for you. But your job, or the purpose of these reviews on every Sunday. So if you are on the Telegram channel, you know we try to do this every Sunday from my end, as long as I'm not swamped in that Sunday or anything like that, I make time so that we do these reviews, so that you can make sure wherever the market is going for the week, you are involved in that, or perhaps the robot is involved in that, because you look at this so that you can load the robot on them. Okay. Anyone else who does not have the robot, maybe watching this from YouTube or anything or anywhere, you might learn a thing or two. Maybe you can apply to your trading style or something. So without going any further, um, what happens now is this. So we have selected the 6 pairs, the USD pairs. So now that these pairs have been selected, we know for USD, we're expecting a lot of news, okay? What we do now, we want to find the pairs that are more structured for possible entries, okay? So I'm just gonna change to the whiteboard. Okay, so some of those who took our classes of being here, looking at how we work, we know when we try to find areas for entries, we tend to focus more on what happened the previous month. If you are doing on a daily basis, we want to focus what happened on the previous day. So if the market was doing something, we want to see what happened previously, and then we use that to find possible areas for entry for the current day or the day after. So if the market was moving in a way like this, so we normally make examples about houses or brands or cars or anything like that. So say for the first month, you had a high and a low in that area. So the second month, you don't want to jump into the market and just buy the house or buy the car, whichever you'll be using, for example. You want to wait for the price to reach certain areas, then you want to get involved. And there's a certain period at the start of the month, you don't want to be part of the market. You just want to watch and wait for the first comers to do what they want to do, so that you can make a decision based on that, okay? So you will find we wait for the first few days of the month before we get involved. So in a structure where we look at it on a daily basis, we want to say for the market purposes of what we are doing now, we're looking for the first session of the day. We don't want to get involved in that, which is the Asia session, just before London opens. So we don't want to trade during the time. We want to allow everyone else to trade during the time. Okay. Once they have traded, then we use that information to make decisions for the day for us. As much as we want to stay in line with the banks, or what you will refer to as big money. So in this situation, you would have the market has done this. So on the second day or the second month, depending how you look at it, the market has gone higher than the high of the previous day. So in this case, this is where you say, okay, I'm going to allow the first few traders to trade the market. If they buy the market up, you wait for them to do so. Once they buy and then the session finishes, then you know in this area here, for everyone who is a breakout trader, they have buy stop all around this area, because this was yesterday. They see a pullback, then they see a continuation. So when the market closes, they have these areas here. So they all see that one A, B, C, all those kind of patterns. Okay. So what happens here? The market will pull back sometime before the session finishes. Once this has happened, you know there are buying orders that are there. So knowing how the banks are always behind getting people out of the market or stop hunting, in short words, you know they're going to be trapping everyone here by pushing the market in that area to activate all those buy stops that are waiting there for the breakout. Okay, once everything is activated, obviously, wherever you have a pullback, those are areas where you have stop losses waiting. Okay, once this is activated, all the stop losses that are waiting here, the market is likely, the banks or the big man like to push the market very quickly to take out all the stops that are waiting on those minor pullbacks that were seen there. So this is what we are looking for before we get involved into the trade. Okay, so for the purpose of looking for the full week, we will go on the market and look 3 to 5 days back. Okay, try to find key areas that we want to get involved in, or key areas that we find interesting. Okay, so just okay. So what we want to do, we will say text. So this was Friday. So okay, just so that was Friday. And that will be Thursday. That will be Wednesday. Tuesday. And that was Monday. So for the week, we already know, or we can see that for the week that ended last week, or the week that is ending today, depending how you look at the calendar, we know this was the high for that week. Okay. And this was the low for that week. So now that we know what happened that week, how high or how low the market went, we proceed for the week before that. Then this will be Friday. Change the color quickly. That's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and that's Monday. Now, I want you now to pay attention to what is happening here, okay? You can also maybe use this somewhere else, but just pay attention to what's happening here. This you will see in all pairs, okay? Say Monday. Let me get this quickly. See Monday with this area here. This is what you had Monday. Market created a zone, if you may want to call it a consolidation, or whichever way you want to look at it, okay? So once this had happened, on Tuesday, the market started, I don't know, this, so Monday, market created this zone or consolidation, whichever way you want to look at it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the market went up, creating an uptrend. And this uptrend is not just any type of uptrend, it's an uptrend that is obvious to anyone. Anyone who will look at the market from here, anyone who looks at the market from this area, from this, it's obvious that is an uptrend. Everyone can see that, okay? So what happens when you have an uptrend? Everyone starts following the trend, okay? Because it's we've been told trend is your friend and everything. So market is going up, trend has been created, it's obvious, it's there. So what happens now? The reason why we always say look back 3 to 5 days, because if not on Thursday of the day of the week, not Thursday or Wednesday, the market will always reverse whatever trend it started from Monday. Okay. If that trend doesn't fully reverse, it will pull back more than maybe 50% or around about 50% of that move. So what we're looking for, the trend has been created, it's moving, it's there, it's obvious, it's been created. Okay. So now on Thursday, what does the market do? It pulls back on that trend. Okay. You see, Tuesday, it started that move. Wednesday, the move continues. Thursday, it pulled back. Now, if you look at all the other pullbacks that are happening, they were not breaking the previous lows. Okay. But the one for Thursday, it broke that previous low. So now this is when they start giving signs that they are getting ready to change the direction of the market. So in a case like this, on Friday, you see it remained on that zone. Okay. But if you look at it with what we are teaching you, or how we teach people, we've been teaching on this market, you will see here, this is just a repeat of what happened here on Monday. Okay. Pullback happened. The pullback was initiating the consolidation, or the zone, if you want to look at it that way. But we just look at it as an accumulation. Okay. So this is what happened now. Same thing that was happening on Monday is now happening here. It's now creating that zone. Into the new week, what's happening now? Everyone who sees this, they see continuation patterns. As much as they saw market was going up, what do they have now? They have those measurements where they say the market will break out the same way it was before the consultation. So they will take a measurement of this leg, put it somewhere there to say the market will break out the same distance. Okay. Now, when this happens, the brokers or everyone who looks at the market, who we refer to as big money, will they know there's a lot of buy stops that are waiting on the breakout of this zone. Okay. So what they will do, they will break the market up in that direction and stay above there for a few days or few minutes, depending if it's happening on an hourly or on a daily, on the H4 and so on. But in this case, they will stay there for a couple of hours, giving everyone else who took that breakout, they give them profits. Okay. Now everyone now looking at this will be like, yes, the breakout is in my favor, everything is happening proper. Now, if you look at this from how we say it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay? Then Thursday, the reversal happened, which Friday also remained within the zone. Started the same thing. Monday, another zone was created. Tuesday, what do? Create an uptrend. But looking at it from a bigger picture, it's a flag, okay? Now, the same thing that happened here. The trend was pushed up, okay? Creating a trend that everyone can see. Same thing Tuesday. Market stayed in one zone Monday. Tuesday, started that move. That was obvious that we are going up now. It's a trend, okay? Once it broke above, they activated all those buy orders as it did here. When it came here, activated buy orders there, took them out, and then continued that direction without them, okay? Everyone else started jumping in on the trend, whatever they do when they see a move that took them out. So the breakout happened here. Market went up. Everyone is happy. Their breakout trades are activated. Market pulls back into that zone. What does everyone else see? It's a retest. So what do? They add more into the positions. And everyone who did not enter into this level, what do? They start entering on the retest, because the breakout retest, everyone is happy. So they buy into that. What happens Wednesday? Remember what I said. If this trend is created Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday you can expect a reversal or heavy pullback. The trend was heavy on the first 2 days. You can expect this to happen on Wednesday, which is exactly what is happening here. Tuesday, the trend was pushed up. creating that breakout, something that is obvious. Everyone can see that the market is going up. It's an uptrend. Everyone is jumping in. Breakout traders are there. Retail traders are there. What happens Wednesday? The whole trend is reversed right back down. Now, if you look at how it comes back, over here, there were no pullbacks of small flags. What happened over here, giving you areas to trail your stops. It was just one big move. So the only place where you can place your stops here is either you leave it where it was on the other side of the breakout. If you caught a trade here, you'll be there. But everyone else will be trailing stops based on their profits. Okay. So what happens here? The market takes it steady, creates a quick move up, giving hope that it's going to proceed higher. And what happened? Look at the drop that came down as quick as it went up, not giving you a chance to come out. All those stop losses are taken out. Okay. So this is what we refer to as a trap. We never trade breakouts. Whenever we see a breakout, we wait for the market to go the opposite direction. That is what the robot will do for you. Okay. It looks for those breakouts, find a breakout. It doesn't trade the direction of the breakout. It waits for the market to come back and then trade the reversal of that breakout. Okay. So now the breakout happens, it moves down. Everyone else that are on the breakout there has been taken out. All the trailing stop losses, they're all out. Okay. Continues Thursday. What happens? We get that pullback. As much as I told you, if the trend does not reverse, we get a heavy pullback Wednesday and Thursday. If it doesn't happen Wednesday, it happens on Thursday. Same thing happened Thursday. The whole trend was reversed. See, that Tuesday is the fake direction. They fake you out on Tuesday. Wednesday they reversed whatever they showed you there. They reversed it. Thursday it either continues or it pulls back. Okay, which is what happened. And then Friday start over again to prepare for the next phase. So what you're looking for now when you're analyzing, you know this has happened. As you can see, it's the same thing. Now, Friday comes back, so you know what I'm looking for now. I'm looking for that consolidation or that accumulation or that zone. Once I get that zone, I need to see a breakout, either going higher or a breakout on the other direction. Whichever way, you will not be trading yourself, as the robot will be doing the work for you. As the robot will be doing the work for you. So what you will do once you get this, so what you want to do when you are trading, you want to see the price here being closer either to previous week's high or to previous week's low. So in this case, where we are now, we are not close in either one. We're in the middle of all of that. So for this week, we don't want to start out on this trade, on this pair. We want to stay away from here until it reaches either the low or the high of the previous week. So we're not going to load the robot here. We're just going to keep this pair like this. And then what we do, maybe Tuesday, we look into it again. If it's closer there, that's the time we're going to load the robot as it gets closer there. If you want to look at this even much further, we can even just do quick, just see. This was Monday. We say that will be Friday. Change that color again so you can see it's a different week. And that was Thursday. That was Wednesday. And that was Tuesday. And this was Monday. Okay, so here we are now. Same thing that we just talked about there. What happens Monday creates that zone. Okay, that zone is created. Now, if you look at this, now if you look at this here, what do you think happened here? Gives you that direction, clear move. It's clear it's an uptrend, it's going up. Breaking above what? that high from Monday. Everyone who trades breakouts, they're activated there. And what happens? As quickly as it went up, comes right back down to take out all the trading stops. Okay, that's Wednesday, reversing that trend that was clear on Tuesday, right after when? Right after that accumulation, which is the exact same thing that happened here. Just break right above to activate. Same thing that happened here on a bigger scale. Even if you want to look at it just for Monday only, you don't look at it from previous week. Same thing happened here. Small breakout, activate any breakout trades, activate all the breakout trades. And what do? Reverse the market as wrong tool. You reverse the market as quickly as you went up. Same thing that happened here. Wednesday, that reversal took place. What happens Thursday? That pullback, and Friday continues in that direction. If you're looking at this, the direction was going down. The only thing that they did, they gave you a trend that was clear so that you can follow that trend. Right from there, they continue where they were going. Same thing, they give you a trend, happy, take you out and continue that direction. Same thing. So for the new week, you're looking for the same thing. Wait for them to create the accumulation. So if you're looking at that for the week, that means you want Monday to come into this range. Okay. If Monday breakouts outside this area, this low for Friday and this high for Friday, with breakouts of outside this range, then you want Tuesday to come this around about here. That's when you want to get involved into this pair around Tuesday. Okay. Now, if we look at it in a much closer aspect, you will say for now for Monday morning, you are expecting Asia to round around about this area. Okay. Want Asia to play around this area. Then the breakout, when the breakout to come and break below Friday. Once it breaks below Friday, gives that move there so that every breakout trader that was in here, so that will happen around about, let's say around this area. Okay. Once this has happened, then it should push right back up into this area. So Monday to play around within that zone. Once Monday plays around in that zone, then you know for Tuesday and onwards, you are looking at the market to come in this area so that it can reverse right down, or can go there, stay there for a while for Wednesday, for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then it goes back down all the way there. If it goes down first, expect the same thing Wednesday, Thursday, it goes back up. But for Monday morning, expecting for the market to run in this range, come out, come around this area, go back up, play around there. Before Tuesday, Wednesday, it drops outside of that range. So knowing this now, this is what you want to be using to select the rest of the pairs that you want to pay attention. You want to pay attention to for this week. Okay. So we know USD, we're expecting a lot of news. So we apply the same thing. Look back 3 to 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for the last 5 days, that was the lowest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the highest. Okay. So we have this information. Move on to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what we're looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will be the highest. Proceed to the next one. Now, when you look at this, it might look like it's simple, like this is just a basic thing. It is a basic thing, but what you want to pay attention to is where the price will open and go. Which direction is it going to be going? Where the price is at the moment. This is how you will decide which pairs you want to be involved in. Okay. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which one is, okay, this one is lower. So that will be your area for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the highest area there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the highest that you have. So now this high, this would mean these are the highs for the previous week. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be the lowest for that week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be the lowest. So now you have this information. Now what you want to do, I'm going to put this just so I can get more space. Now you have this information. We have all these pairs. So now if you see on the 6 pairs that we have, which ones are the closest to the previous week, high or low? So looking at this, we have Euro USD. It's right in between, in middle of all of it. USD CAD, same thing. AUD USD, it's closer than the other two, okay, but it's also still far. Then you have USD CHF, it's closer, the closest to them all. You have GBP/USD in the middle of it all, and NZD/USD also in the middle of it all. So now that we have this structure, you see and you know what you are looking for, okay? So which means for Monday, out of all these pairs, the one pair you want to pay attention to is USD CHF, because this is the closest to the previous week's high, okay? Which means here there will be more traders expecting that move to go higher, to break above there so they can proceed. But we know we are not interested in that breakout. We want that breakout to happen. If the breakout doesn't happen, we don't want to be involved. So the breakout happens, then we are interested in the sell back down. Okay. So USD CHF is a pair you want to roll your robot on for Monday, based on the pairs that we currently have for USD. Okay, because that's the pair that is the closest to the previous week's high. So this is where we want to be involved in starting Monday. So what are we expecting here? What is it that the robot will be looking for? Exactly what we explained. The robot will wait to find that range. First few hours of the day, the robot is just going to watch, wait for everyone else to be involved so they can see where are we likely to get a breakout. Okay. So once this breakout happens, the robot will be involved and take that trade. Sorry. But now what happens is, if the robot is here now looking at scanning the market, it will wait for that first few hours of the day. Once this happens, it will look for that trade. So here, if the market breaks out and goes higher, what the robot will do, if let's say Asia's high will be around this area and it breakouts, the robot will place a sell stop there, waiting for that move to come back in. Okay. But if that breakout doesn't just go as just to take in all those buy stop waiting there, if it goes higher, what the robot does for you, it will go back as we already spoken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, robot will look back, it will connect the highs, but this is done all in the background. For the 5th day and your highest, it will give you that range. So if it goes higher, the robot will look for that third touch of that trend line. Once it gets that touch, then it will place a sell stop for you a few pips from the touch. It is set to calculate a certain distance. So once this happens, then the robot will be involved in that moves when it comes back down. So the robot doesn't trade those breakout. It waits for the breakout to happen, then it will look for that trade for you. Okay. Same thing if this move started on the opposite side. If this move came here instead of breaking up on the other side, breaks out for Asia, robot will wait for that trade over somewhere around there so that when it comes back up, it will get involved as it goes higher to that level. But if it happens just as on the other side, the breakout goes much deeper. I can just quickly, it goes much deeper. Same thing the robot will do. Go back 5 days, will connect you there. Then once this breakout happens here, robot will wait right there for that entry. So it will wait there. When the market comes back in, then you get involved in that move. So you want to pay attention on Monday. You want to focus on this pair as it is the pair that is closest to the previous week's high out of the 6 that we have. Then the other pairs, the only way you will start getting loading the robot on these pairs. When I say to get involved, it means you will load your robot on these pairs. Okay. Now Monday, that means now when the market opens, you can add your robot on USD CHF. Then you just leave it there. Then the robot will do as we explained here now. Now the other pairs, as you can see, as we explained on NZD earlier, all the other pairs are still far from these areas that we find as key areas. Okay. So instead, what you do, you will let these pairs open up as the market will open in the next few hours. Once these have opened, wait to see which one of the 5, excluding the USD CHF, because you already looked at this. Now you're going to be looking at which one of the 5 that are remaining will open and go closer to these zones or these areas that we are looking for. So if AUD opens and gap and open with a gap going down, that means you want to load your robot there around about 7 or just before London open tomorrow. If Asia, when it's open now, Asia pushes down up to this area, then London open, you can load the robot on this pair. Okay. Same thing with all the other pairs. Wherever they decide to go for the first few hours of the day, the closer they are to these areas, that's when you want to get involved in that. So first, wait for them to open, see if it's going close to the high or the low, then you will load the robot. If it opens and stay in this area throughout Monday, it just stays there. Then you don't want to load the robot on those pair immediately. You're just gonna load it on USD CHF and any other pair of these USD pairs that opens closer to these zones. But what you don't want to do, you don't want to load the robot on all of these USD pairs at the same time. Okay. You only want to focus on the ones that are getting closer to the areas that we are interested in. So knowing this information, you will apply the same thing. So at this stage, we know we only have one out of these USD pairs. There's one that we want to pay attention to when the market opens. Now, you want to load the robot on USD CHF. Either when it opens or you load it around about just before London open. Okay. Then we wait to see what happens with other pairs just before London open. If they get closer to these areas, then you load the robot on these pairs. So with this information that you know, you will apply the same thing, and then you will go to your calendar. So on the calendar, we know we have. Let's see quickly which other news do we have here. Okay, it's taking a bit long. But we come to your calendar, you just confirm, okay, you know for the week you focusing on USD pairs, but you also have Euro, you have GBP news for Monday. So applying the same information now, you will then, you will open, you already have Euro USD. Okay, I trade Euro with the other broker, I don't have much Euros here. Okay, here's some Euro pairs. We'll do the same thing, Euro GBP. Euro AUD, Euro CHF, Euro JPY. So you do the same thing with these ones as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is already above. So you already know you don't want to focus on that immediately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go on to the next one. 1, 2, that's will be the highest over there. So that's the lowest. So with these Euro pairs, you already see we only have 2 of them that are in areas where we'll find as good potential areas. So Euro JPY, you closed it. Euro CHF, you close it. So you know you pay attention to Euro GBP and Euro AUD because based on what we just explained out, these ones are likely to give you entries, okay, or give you trades that will turn out into profits. So for Euro news, you want to pay attention to these. Load your robot on these 2 because they are the one closest to those areas as we just explained earlier on. Then you do the same thing for GBP. Okay, GBP USD is the same thing, already there, already have that. So you do the same thing for GBP. Take up to 6 pairs. Want to go higher, you can, but I just prefer to stick to about 6. 2 GBP, Euro GBP already there, so you already have that. JPK, GBP NZD, GPAUD. So you just apply the same thing. Over here, you have GPAUD. You can already see that's the highest from the last 5 days. What you do, you look at the high and the low of the previous week or the last 5 days, 3 to 5 days. But because we already counting down the time for this session, so I'm just gonna mark the closest, but you know what you're looking for. Last 5 days. We have that and have GBP, have GBK, we have that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, round about there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's close enough. What am I doing? Yeah, it's not moving. It's 5. That's really the highest for that week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to chase the time now. Okay, so we have this. So we know that's the close. There's some distance there. So you might want to wait on that. Same thing, some distance there. Closer. It's closer. It's closer. So for GBP, you want to pay attention to these ones that are closer to these areas. And then you can load your pairs. I mean, you can load the robot on these pairs. Okay. I can just do. So what you do, I already know this part. So you put in your password. This is a GBP pair. So for GBP, You just change according to that, or you make them higher if you wish. GBP, GBP. So once you have this, then you add your robot, then you leave it there on, then it will do the rest for you. Okay, so that's all you do. You just find these pairs, load the robot, then you leave it on. So this is the concept you're going to be following to find other pairs as well, to find these areas, then you load the robot and